Hi friends, today we are going to review a laptop. This is an Acer laptop and it is a 15.6-inch laptop. It is an i3 laptop. It's one that fits in budget segment. This is costing around 26,000 rupees. Specifications are, this was the original box that I got. Okay, here it says certain things like price and all. This is a February 2017 laptop. So this is the length and the dimensions. The Acer India registered company office, and this is the part number of the laptop. Let's look at the side here. Okay, the model of the laptop is ES1-57233M8. I don't understand why Acer cannot keep simple model numbers. This is Aspire ES15 model. They can keep simple 3-digit numbers, which are easier to remember. Color here is called midnight black, so I would recommend you go for this color. It's quite good. Then they have mentioned certain things like they had Linux loaded on it, Intel i3 Core 6006 CPU. Then you have LCD HD Acer Cinecrystal LED LCD, that is 15.6 inches. Graphics card is HD Graphics 520. Memory is 4 GB DDR4 memory. I mentioned that before. Storage is 500 GB. You can get a 1 terabyte model now. So optical drive is 8x and DVD Super Multi DL drive. And you have WLAN and Bluetooth. And then you have camera, that is the front camera. That's not very good. Not find the front camera very nice. Battery is 4 cell lithium ion. Just open this up and let's see if we have something different. Okay, this is pretty same standard stuff, little bit of branding here and there. So if you can look, this was the original box. So let's open this and see what did I get. So I did get a CD for drivers, so that much I do remember. And I got a bunch of manuals which I never opened. It has an international 1-year warranty. I got it extended for 2 years. This is a setup guide. So I'm pretty much covered as far as the warranty goes. Oh, they did give me a nice cloth cover as well. This was what all was there in the box besides the CD. And first let's look at the physical build of this laptop. So if you look at the laptop, this kind of reminds me of a ThinkPad. It's very tough. The construction is very solid. The weight is 2.4 kg. So let's look at what do we have at the sides. We have an 8x CD DVD writer. Then we have a USB 2 port here and the 3.5 mm jack, which is common for both your mic as well as your headphone. Then we have a memory card reader, which is pretty standard. What do we have at the back? At the back we have, this is the charging port here. Then we have the HDMI cable port. Then we have USB 2 port. This is a USB 3 port and the indication is the blue color here. Then we have a LAN cable, that is Ethernet cable support here. This is where the air from the fan will come out, can keep the laptop cool. And this laptop does not heat up. I have tried for a long time. This is a review after 6 months, not just 1 or 2 days. This is for the security log if you want to install one. And we do have, so that's it. On the front we have this much. On the top, if I see, there are LED indicators. There is no LED indicator these days in the budget segment of laptops. So this is a plus point here. This one indicates the charging and the battery sign, and it is very good in that aspect because I could not find any laptop with this similar feature in today's market. Let's look at the back. It's pretty neat. Okay, it has a sealed battery, so you can't remove the battery as such. You have no access to the battery unless until you open the entire laptop. This is the machine serial number, BIOS version. For the warranty support, you can call this number, and support timings are so and so. And you can also go to their website. This is again for the cooling of the CPU and also some vents here and there and rubber pads for support. Let's look at the laptop from the inner perspective. So as soon as I open, I can see the nice touchpad. It's not middle placed, it's placed little bit at the side. You have some integrated left and right mouse button. This mouse pad supports advanced touch gestures, so you do have that. Then if you look at the keyboard, then the keyboard is pretty nice. It's a chiclet kind of keyboard. The only drawback I found in this keyboard was the enter key. If you look at the enter key, that's pretty small. So I didn't like the enter key. They have integrated it and tried to give it a cool look, but I didn't like that. Other than that, the keyboard is very nice and smooth. There's a power button which is as smooth as the keyboard button, so it's not hard or anything, and it is very soft to touch. So as soon as I touch it, it will start booting. The laptop has started booting, so we'll go into the Windows and let's see what are the specifications as per the Windows. I found the laptop screen pretty nice, and it is a HD LED screen. You can watch HD movies on it, so that's for sure. So I'll quickly open the system. Okay, system is opening. It was not preloaded with Windows 10. I would suggest you load it once you get it. It's quite compatible with Windows 10. So I'll show you the specifications it has. It's a 6th generation Core i3 CPU. It's 6006 U CPU at 2 gigahertz. 4 GB is the RAM. It has two memory slots. So the maximum RAM you can install in it is 16 GB. I will also talk about the graphics CPU. So let's look at, I'll open an application called CCleaner. So this is not the purpose, but I generally read specifications from it. This is pretty clear. So again, the specifications are the same that you read before. Plus there is a Intel HD graphics 520 chipset. So this is pretty good as compared to the other chipset that you get standard in i3 laptops. But of course this laptop is not for gaming and all. It's more for programmers or students or for people who want to use it for business use. It has very good construction, so that ways it can perform very well. I will also recommend you go ahead and install the CCleaner application. It's a free application that you can install, and it's from Piriform. That's the name of the maker. And if you go to the website and install this, you can keep the laptop clean or healthy, and it removes all the temporary and the junk files. So it's kind of cache cleaner that you have in Android. So the Wi-Fi and everything works great. Now I think we should go to the BIOS and see what all is mentioned here. Okay, so pressing F2 function key will let us go into the BIOS. CPU info is the same, then BIOS info. Okay, there's a 500 GB hard drive. So, and the model that you can go for right now is 1 TB model. So the specifications remain the same, but you'll get a 1 TB instead of 500 GB. So I would recommend you can go for that. You get more storage. And other than that, let's see at the touchpad. Now, before you install Windows 10, I would suggest you go to this BIOS setup and change this advanced type to basic. Because if you install Windows 10, your mouse will not work unless until you install the correct drivers for the advanced touchpad. So most of the people, they ran into trouble because the mouse was not working initially, because the mouse was being recognized as advanced, the touchpad, and the drivers were simply not there in Windows 10 by default, and the mouse did not work, and people were very annoyed and upset. It boots pretty fast, so I'm pretty satisfied. The RAM it has is DDR4, so that's the latest standard, and 6th generation is a pretty recent i3 CPU. You are getting 7th generation now, but that will be quite costly as compared to this is a budget series. So the cost is approximately 26,000 rupees as of now, the last I checked. And I would recommend you go for 2 year warranty or whatever kind of warranty, extended warranty you can get for any appliance that you buy, be it a laptop or a fridge or AC or washing machine, whatever. Try to get the extended warranty, it really helps. As of now, I've had no issues so far in last 6 months that I've been using. So let's go ahead and boot into Windows 10. And I'll go ahead and show you some gestures. We'll also open a few apps, a few software, so that you can get an idea of how much time it takes to boot or start that software. The company claims you get 6.5 hours of battery life, and this is on a 4 cell battery that they have installed. But seriously, I'm getting around 7 to 8 hours of battery life. Say Wi-Fi on all the time. So that was great. I really never expected this kind of battery life. I moreover expected around, standard 3 hours, 2.5 hours battery life. But this is great. I mean, I love the battery life. You charge it once, you can get by the whole day without recharging. That was something which I really liked. LED, if you can See, there's a blue LED, the one that is showing that it's on battery, and once I put on charging, then there'll be orange LED here. And there's one very good feature that once the battery is completely charged, it turns blue. So even if you have shut off the laptop and you simply are charging it, you can clearly see that okay, the orange LED has turned blue, so you can go ahead and switch it off and remove the charging. So this feature I've not found in any of the budget laptops, and I wonder why they have removed the LED system. It's pretty nice. So now let's concentrate on opening a few apps. So I'll open Firefox, I'll open Chrome, I'll open Excel, Word. So I've opened 4 apps. So first of all, Chrome has opened, no surprise there. Next is Firefox. Now Word is also opening. Excel is also trying to boot up. Excel has booted up. We'll open a blank document for Word. Blank document for Excel. Okay, so they are booted up. Microsoft Word and Excel are booted up, so as Firefox and Google. I'll show you some gesture thing. So if I take 3 of my fingers and put it on a touchpad, so say let's see what happens. Now I have 4 screens, so I can choose any one and go ahead and go there. So if I click Excel, I can go and go to Excel. So as you can see, the screen is moving. So this is the 2-finger gesture, and I can pinch and zoom, pinch and zoom. So it's supposed that you can discover more and more. If I quickly swipe 3 fingers downward, it will automatically minimize all the windows, and similarly if I swipe 3 fingers upward, and there are a lot of gestures which you can discover on your own. There is something called Acer Care Center which is installed by default. The sound I would say is pretty okay. So I'll play a file for you and let's see if you like the sound. I found it's pretty okay for one person viewing a movie or listening to songs. So speakers are at 100%.
What's worse, you put your mother in danger. Adam, what have you done?
I didn't mean to.
Actions have consequences. You should never have
So
done
this is the sound that is coming.
Well, you better do something.
It's okay for one person to listen. There's no problem with that. There's another thing I wanted to show you is if you look at Acer Quick Access, that's again a very good app. So if you go to Acer Quick Access, it will give you access to blue light filter settings. So this laptop supports blue light filter as well. So you can go ahead and so this is the blue light shields feature it has. So once you enable this, then the screen will have some blue light protection, which is it's a blue light that's emitted by gadgets, so it will be good for your eyes. And of course the battery life increases by another half an hour or so. That is one good feature that I found in this laptop, which is not there in budget laptops. So this is the 45 watts charger that is given with it. My only gripe with this one was the power cable is okay, the main power cable, but the wire that goes into the laptop, I found it a little thin for my preference. However, there is no question of durability not being there. The wire is pretty durable, but I would have liked if the wire would have been a little thicker. I'll just attach this quickly to the back. Having the ports at the back, really helps, because then most of the things are uncluttered and your wires and all will be at the back. So that is one very good feature I liked. See, 2 LEDs are showing here. This one is an orange LED, so I hope you can see that. Yes, it's quite visible now. So this orange LED is showing that it's on charging, and this one is showing that it is on. That's what it shows. So that's it, guys. I think this is a pretty good laptop. 6 months before, I would have never recommended Acer. I would have gone for probably Lenovo, or I would have gone for Dell. But I have seen a lot of Dell budget laptops are having problems with the power button. They don't work right and go bad after some time. Plus the overall feel of the Dell laptop was not as good as this one. I seriously think this is a serious competition to the ThinkPad series. It's so sturdy and so well built, and I am so happy with the battery life. I'm so happy that I purchased a Acer and not any other laptop, is because I don't think this will go anywhere for 5 years or so.